Okay, we're live. Oops.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
I think.
I think you're locked off your camera.
Oh yeah, hang on a second. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, wait. What? Sorry.
There you
Oh,
are.
yeah. My like kicked me out or turned off my camera. Or, had to get a new phone. So because
Yeah,
yeah, apparently everything's 5G now. So if you don't have a 5G capacity phone, then you're like it'll kick you out. It'll slow down. It'll do all those things.
yeah, yeah. Things happen, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Always.
Besides that, a lot of activity on Mystery Channel. So we booked yet some really great interviews with really amazing people, all under the umbrella of mystery. Yeah. A lot of people from the Cartomancy world, but also from the Freemasonry world, from the esoteric world, And yeah,
Yeah.
stay tuned with us. Make sure that you follow us, that you are everywhere where we are, because we are about to really lift off with great courses with we contracted really great people. Also, we cannot say much because we will present them, there's so many great people who know so many things about symbolism, about mythology, even about religion. Yeah, all those interesting people who their articles will be due. We will present events. We just decided on, now take your agenda and please note the 24th of October, because then we will do a great Halloween event, that will even be better than the previous year. Yeah, make sure, because still enjoy the summer. It's like hot. You're also like in Europe, like you understand where Morgan is at. It's also very hot. So I don't know how
Yes.
it's in other parts of the world. So let me know um,
It.
if you
Yeah.
are okay. But anytime soon, the sun is already like, you know, each day a little bit less light. So we're heading winter, and I like winter.
Yeah. Yeah. I like winter, but I like the fall better. I love
Yeah,
how it's like in transition and changing, and all the leaves are gorgeous and all that other stuff.
no, everything has its charm, but we just have to be adaptive, even if we
Yes.
only like summer or only like winter. Being adaptive, that's
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
important. Uh,
Yeah. Yes.
so I'm looking forward to. So we will present a lot of great subjects anytime soon. We started with Freemasonry. So we will be interviewing Freemasons from all over the world, really interesting people. So we will present the whole spectrum of the craft. We already started with our personal interviews where Morgan is interviewing me about the subject. From there on, I invite a lot of other Freemasons who have their say on the subject, who are in certain ways much more in the know about their particular subject. So I rather let them talk. Yeah. So and from there, we will segue into the Knights Templars, and I can already lift a peak from the veil. From there on, we will segue into the Arthurian legends, and all those subjects are like really of my highest interest. So we have a lot to say about that. So we will have a lot of experts here with us, sitting around the kitchen table.
Yes.
So it will be really interesting. There will be another, like we already agreed, some kind of winter of Le Mans, right? So the summer of Le
Yeah.
Mans is like kicked off. It's like a really great project. With a lot of activity. It's like growing and growing. If you want to still be a part of the summer of Le Mans, that's still possible. You can see all those other. So we did each Sunday, and we will do the fifth, I think the fifth Sunday of the summer, after this live, in 15 minutes. But you can still join and you can still ask questions, you can see all these previous episodes, we had the guest teaching of Donnelly de la Rose, and yeah, we had these great subjects which are never really talked about in depth. And the big advantage is that you have like contact with us right away. So you can ask all these questions you want to have beforehand or afterwards, or even during the show.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say too, that most people, I actually put this in the actual group too, is that this is like your summer of Lenormand, what you want to do. So the more spreads you put in there, the more 3-line spreads or challenges you do, then we can see where you're at. We can see how you're moving with the cards and actually give you great feedback to continue moving with the cards. So it's really joining Summer of Lenormand, and the more you participate, the more you put things in there, the more you're going to get back.
Yeah, voila. And that's how we want it, we want to somehow motivate you. Put that stupid cell phone aside, we are much on these cell phones. Yeah, we are also now talking, against a cell phone. But it's another form with a social aim, to really, meet you all guys, work with you. So there's much more fun than like doom scrolling on your cell phone. Except for the fact if you somehow are doom scrolling on our socials, that's still allowed. But for all the rest,
Yeah.
it's better that we just hang out, like back in the
Yeah.
days,
Yeah.
talking, having fun, working with these cards, at a really good pace, with patience, with fun, not rushing in, order today, tomorrow in your house, we are really
Yes.
like old school. Because if you want to do something sustainable, you have to respect your rhythm. You see
Yeah.
that it would be not normal to someone learn something in 1 week. You can learn many things in 1 week, but it's like a marathon. It's not like a sprint.
Yeah.
But that doesn't
Yes.
mean that you can enjoy it right away. So that's also something, even if you are still only able to read, for instance, one particular more card, you can have fun with it, and I would
Hmm.
advise you to really work with it right away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
But
Because
it's,
even,
it's good to really learn to roll, to really feel these cards.
yeah, no, absolutely. Because even if, like, I know so many people, especially during summer, but school's starting and then the winter's coming and then the holidays, and there's always a reason not to start. And that's why I like how you said, even if you only start with pulling one card a day, just one card and testing yourself about it, it's a start. It's putting you down that path. It's going to get you there faster. You know what I mean? Instead of just putting it off because life will continue to happen.
It's a language. If you don't talk the language, you cannot learn. And if you are afraid to talk the language, you will never learn.
Yeah, yes. Nope,
Just think
it's true.
it's, know that you will make errors, but what are errors? We all make errors. But
Yeah.
someone who is like really experienced in tournaments, he would never laugh at you. He would
No.
only
Mm-mm.
motivate you to take up your cards. And he or she does know that you can be wrong. He or she does know that you will be frustrated. He or she does know that you have your particular cards where for some kind of strange reason you can't get your head around. That's like normal.
Yeah.
We all have
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So
And I like
never,
that.
never let yourself be disappointed or, mocked by others.
Yeah.
You rather listen to people who have like the experience in this or who are somewhere where you want to go because most people who somehow laugh at other people, they don't know shit themselves most
Yeah.
of the time.
Yeah.
And someone who is somewhat knowledgeable, he or she knows that he or she had to put in the work, that he bumped
Yeah.
his head, that he got frustrated. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's the
And
big advantage to study with us.
yeah. No, I like that too about even failing because like or getting it wrong because it's going to make you look at it differently. It's going to make you then see it from a different angle and try harder, that you because wanting to succeed in those things. So it's a good thing to really explore it like that.
You either win or you learn.
Yes. But you winning in the background. Oh, see if there's comments. Well, if anyone's watching and has a question, of course, we have a few more minutes. There's a couple of
Yeah,
people
yeah.
watching, but no comments yet. So I'm like having to, I have to have my thing on the charger while I'm trying to like space it out. It's been a
Yeah.
busy day. So
Yeah, so yeah, everyone make sure that you follow us, stay up to date. We will do some great stuff.
some really exciting things. I'm excited, especially the Templar thing and I know I'm excited for that. And then, tarot history. So I like tarot.
Yeah. We will shed our light on all the mysteries.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
So each mystery is somehow resolved and nothing is left.
Yeah, exactly. I
That would
know.
be an awful world without mystery, isn't it? That we
Yeah, because
somehow
that's
discovered everything that would be a poor life. I hope that will never
no,
come.
no, me neither. But living your life through like a mystery lens makes it more exciting, though. Makes it more because you want to learn more. Then you're going to explore more. You might go to different places because you want to find out the mystery of something. Like that Alice in Wonderland hole. If there is one, jumping head first in. But eventually you have to come back. But eventually you can come back with like all the mysteries, and everything else that needs to be solved.
Yeah. Voilà. So yeah, what can I say? We will have a lot of courses. We will do a lot of events about all those interesting topics, on cartomancy. So, I've been writing, for a long time on something on the tarot history. So that will also be due anytime soon. So I then found, something really funny because we have to do something with that. And it's also like a great polemics. I found my old Tarot de Marseille course, and there's always like this funny story. So I have to adjust some things, to let it match with my investigation and my research on tarot, which by now I'm already doing for more like 10 or 15 years. So I
Hmm.
always wait for the moment to somehow publish this or to somehow come up with these new things, these these special things that all the researchers really overlooked. So I'm really looking forward to that. And there will also be like a major Tarot de Marseille course coming after that. And the funny thing is because, yeah, I have to say this. So, if you do some creative work, I'm just not being political correct today. A lot of people that like to somehow without shame take your work, and publish their own work with it. Everyone who is in this business knows this.
Oh my
And I often
gosh.
thought, I was so stupid to even open my mouth, in a sea full of sharks, knowing that they would be noting everything I said, but it's this funny thing. So I was always known for, I'm still known for, to study and to research the real traditional cartomancy, all those old cartomancy systems, Itea, Petit Lenormand, all these things. So people somehow always saw me as a traditionalist in that regard. Then I also had like this course on Tarot de Marseille. And of course, the Tarot de Marseille tradition is like a strange tradition because it really has like this cartomancy edge to it,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's also this very playful, figurative reading, whilst the gaze of one character is looking, at the leg of a horse, or at the point of the sides, of the the 13 card, because that's how it's called, like in French. So card 13, that's also
Yeah.
something cultural that's like interesting. But then I invented a lot of that playful things, how like temperance is like somehow emptying the vessels and all that, where I said, okay, but you can see this as, taking something away from that in order to stabilize or to bring new calibration to your life, but people really thought, okay, but this is like really traditional. And then all of a
Yeah.
sudden you see this in many works that this is like real traditional, and
Yeah.
the strange thing is I invented that on the spot there, but I never claimed
Yeah.
it to be traditional. And
Yes.
that's my problem. So I somehow found these cars again, but yeah, I really have to say this out loud because, today I'm not that political correct, and all those people who somehow published this, this is really not tradition. This was my invention there at the start,
Yeah.
and I will give them all now what I said back then. So in that work, so that will also be due. But this is something really, uh, progressive. That's nothing to do with the Tarot of Matthias tradition, but a really great way of reading. And
Hmm.
hearing and also this playfulness. So with how you can read, for instance, with directional meanings. And for instance, like the Kipper cards.
Hmm.
But this is like, old, playful, traditional ideas, but they were never part of like an explicit Tarot de Marseille tradition as bang on for it. So that's like actually fun that so many people took all these ideas, Yeah, I just have to say it how it is, stole them and published them. You know,
Yeah.
everyone looking, you know who you are, that you're okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Like
sorry
that.
to I'm just
No,
I
no,
am
it's
not
good.
understanding how it is. But I,
No,
I
it's
really found this course, and this course will also be due by the end of the year
yes.
for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
There
Yes.
is a lot of activity behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And it's good to say it sometimes. I've had my work stolen too. So it's like those hard lessons you have to learn only once, but they're hard lessons.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But these are often the best. And ever since that I knew that people were so greedy on like information to do their thing with it, I really shut my mouth. But this was also, the days that I somehow pulled back out of cars and tournaments, there always was like knowing that I still had to do something with the tarot tradition. Because
Yes.
I really studied, the history of the guilds in Europe, the emblematic and initiatic traditions in Europe. So that's really important to really get your head around tarot history. So, and we will fill in a lot of gaps. And again, we will also be talking with other researchers. So, yeah,
Yeah.
be
Be exciting.
here, be on time. So, yeah, interesting stuff will happen. So
Yes.
make sure
Yes.
that you follow us and be
Yeah.
part of it.
Yes, definitely. All right.